InterFax, what that is, so Twilio, we would have integrated our fax with using Twilio, but Twilio decided to discontinue fax as of December 31st. So I'm glad we didn't do it any earlier and then have to find another provider. So we found this company, Gonzalo did. I think Twilio may have referred them or made reference to use this company if, because they're no longer offering faxing. So InterFax, again, they're kind of just like Twilio. That's just like the API link. So Atom can actually provide faxing through Atom. And again, why would you do it? Because your fax provider is going to go down like it did for me and Michael Paul. That's not really the reason though, but this happened to happen the same time. The reason we did it is because honestly, the only time I can get a hold of the IRS is at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I have to fax over the power of attorney, and I don't want to be here at 7 a.m. in the morning. That's kind of why I really wanted the fax, because I can never get a hold of the IRS. And I wanted to be able to fax wherever I am. So now anybody can fax. I don't have to be tied to a fax machine, which I was, making sure they all go through and get my confirmation. Now I can just fax from any machine wherever I am. And on top of that, I actually saved money. So it cut my bill in half. So I was going to pay, and it wasn't like it's overly expensive, but I guess it was going to be $40 a month is what I was paying for my fax. And then I had a fax machine too. So now the fee is just, with InterFax is going to be, is it 14 a month. Once you get set up, I think, isn't it? I believe it's 14 a month. Because then it was with our $5 that we had, it was going to be 19 total for the month. So it's half, for me, it was half the price. But that wasn't the reason I'm doing it. But it's pretty inexpensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's based on 100 pages inbound and 100 pages outbound. If you exceed that, then it's 9 cents a page. So we don't fax that much. He asked how many, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I didn't know how many pages I do per month. I had no clue because I didn't have a management system to manage that stuff. Now I will know, but I did not know. So I went with their bare minimum, which is 100 both ways. And so far I've been under 100. Now Michael Paul is almost over 100 on his first fax. I did. I went with the bare. Yeah, they have packages with InterFax, so you can pick. I had no clue, and I just went with the lower, and then I can then change it if I'm going above it to see if it's a better rate. But and then you pick the fax number, or you can have your fax number ported over if you want. So that's up to you. You unfortunately cannot have your phone number, your voice number as your fax number. I wish I could, but we can't. Eliminates fax machines and phone lines. Again, send, receive, store faxes in the client file, and you can track all of this stuff too. So that's kind of nice. No more fax machines. How it works is, yep, Michael Paul is the first one to use it here, other than us. Oops, timed out. So if I go into a client file here, John. So I don't know about you guys, but every time I faxed a document, I then scanned it into my account uploads for that specific year. And usually only things I'm faxing is to the IRS, it seems like, for the most part. So it's usually going to be year specific anyway. So we decided let's just put the fax feature in the account uploads because that's where I always fax anyways. We can, if you guys end up using this and you find out, oh, I want company uploads, I want to fax from the user uploads, I want to fax, he can do that. It was just going to be another programming hours and cost, and I didn't know if I'd ever use it in those other spots. So that's why right now we're just in the account uploads. So I go to John's file here and organized by upload. I got the POA because that's usually what I do. So all I do is check this box right here. I come down here and select fax. My box will pop up. The IRS typically will give me the number. I don't have their number because it's always a different number, but I could if I wanted to, say I had a number I faxed to all the time, like that Heavenly Ham place you guys just ate, we have to fax those orders over to them. So we faxed it through here. But I could just do this, and I could actually do a word search for a client. In fact, I could do X-Tax. So for X-Tax, we actually have a fax number in their file. So that's why it's populating. So that is the fax number. And the description then, testing for class. Then I hit send fax. Off. And then the refresh page here. Now it's going to be at my little fax icon over here. I click on this. This is telling me the status. So I click this little refresh button here, F5 it, because F5 will not refresh it. It's because basically what this is doing, I click this button, it's going out to InterFax, the company, and it's pulling the data in. Just like when we do Drake, we got to hit the button to pull the data in from Drake. It's the same type of thing. So now when I click on this, so now it's gone through. So it's successful. So that's how you fax. Yeah, and it's going to tell me how many pages, how many attempts. It's going to, track that, and then incoming. So the incoming fax. So now this is all stored right here in the file here. So I can send this POA again. So you call back in. I got to call the IRS again. Another one. It just keeps. When I click on this, I'll just see each fax just keep, totaling up here. Oh yeah, right. Yep. Good idea. So here we have the. This is my fax confirmation. So it's going to take me the date, the user, description from John Casey to, and then the pages and the. Like all that exciting or anything like that, but it's actually took this little fax machine and made this better. Okay, but really my whole goal was just let me fax from anywhere I want to fax from. Don't tie me to that fax machine. Just like when the phones, I was connected to this office. That's the only place I could make my phone calls from. So we got rid of that, allow us to call from anywhere. So fax was just next on the list. So now it's checked off the list. So I go over here to here's my fax log right here. So this is my outbound. So that's the one right here, tracking it. If I go back, I can go back as many as I want. This will show me all the ones I've been faxing. This is my fax log right here. And if I go inbound, so, this is Michael Paul faxed me something yesterday. Oh, I showed you this morning, didn't I? And then this is the one. So this is the attachment. This is a fax coming in. And it also shows a cost. And we're trying to figure out the cost on, I don't know if it's got it on these outbound. So as of right now, and this is my 9 cents a fax. So it's not me associating a cost with the fax. Like if I say, I think it should be a quarter or a per fax, that's worth my time. Well, this is actually you're being charged from InterFax. So you can actually keep track of, this should add up to whatever it's going to be, how many times, but overall you're still going to be, if you do the 100 limit, you're going to be charged $14 a month. But you can actually see then how many are you actually faxing to see where you're at. So it's really easy to keep track of your fax. And then also, you can also go to down here for your daily, again, everywhere where there's, your office communications, tracking the summary. So now, again, we just added the fax here. So this is tracking that too. So that's all. But it's very simple. It's simpler it's about as simple as it can get.